We are products of our upbringing, wherever we happen to live, our economical background, the influence that our parents or whoever raised you have, whatever you come from, cultures, right? We're a sum total of all those things. And since my father left the family and my mother was kind of gone emotionally, I was kind of adrift, to be honest with you. And we were very poor. My brother, at the age of 16, joined what was called the Police Explorers, like a branch of the Boy Scouts in Los Angeles. I don't know why, except, because he never talked about being a policeman, except that the moment he got in, he had to go through some training, and he got in, he's 16 years old, and they, as a group, went to Hawaii. He sent me a postcard of a naked girl on it. It said, "Ha ha, you're not here," you know. Went to Hawaii, how exotic. The next year he went to Japan with this group. And that was it. I thought, I'm joining. As soon as I'm 16, the minimum age, I'm joining this group because they can travel. And as an afterthought, I went, oh, I have to study police work. Oh, okay. And I guess also I didn't consciously know it at the time, but I think subliminally I was looking for a strong father figure, perhaps, and a policeman, very authoritative, and I thought, oh, okay. So I go and I join, and I go to the police academy, and I discover I'm good at this. I graduated first in my class out of 111 16-year-olds, boys and girls. So naturally, I thought, oh, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be a policeman. I'm going to be a policeman. So I go to college studying police science. And I'm going to do 4 years of that, then go into the police academy. That was the plan. Makes sense. Sure enough, 16 years old, we travel. Where'd we go? First stop, Germany. I'm with, there were 20 of us. We're 16 and 17-year-old boys with 5 policeman chaperones, and all of them saying, behave yourselves, and we're going, okay. And we go to the beer gardens, and we have tall, I was like, oh my God, it was fantastic. And the girls, and it was just wonderful. But we're gonna be policemen until college. And as an elective course, I took an acting course because my dad was an actor, and I kind of dabbled in it a little bit. And yeah, it would actually be very common. It's the family business, so kind of ordinary. And I take this acting class. The very first class, I'm 18 years old, almost 19. And the teacher, I'm standing up, and the teacher, we're all gathering around in a space not dissimilar from this. And he's handing out sheets. You two read this, you two read this. And I happen to be standing next to a very pretty girl. And I read, I'm nervous, and I look at this, and it says, a couple is making out on a park bench. And I look over to her, and she hasn't read it yet. She's talking to a friend. And she's talking to a friend, and I'm thinking, oh, any moment now, she's gonna read that, and she's gonna look to see who she has to kiss. And I have to make myself look more attractive. So, like those Earth movies, you know, where you see the birds of Madagascar, the plumage is coming up, and it's like, hey, I would make a good mate. I'm kind of posturing, you know, like trying to look cool, and she does eventually look at the sheet, and she goes, and she looks over, and I'm like, and she looks at me, and she goes like this. That was a victory. I took that totally as a victory. It wasn't a grimace, so it was like, she was considering. Yes! So my line is, Beth, we need to talk. My character has to stop the kissing and say, Beth, we need to talk. We were called up. I'm on the bench. I'm thinking, I'm going to kiss her. I hope she's ready. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to just kiss this girl. She's not going to know what to hit her. And I put my script down, and before I turn, whop, she's on me. And I mean tongue and hands, and she starts moving her body. She's on top of me, and we're kissing on this bench, and kissing and tongue and hands and tapping and kissing and tapping, and I didn't know what the tapping was. So maybe it's a thing. I was young. So I started tapping back. You like that? Yeah. And she's tapping, and I'm tapping her, and we're kissing. And then it dawned on me, she's tapping me to get on with the scene. Her character can't stop the kiss. She doesn't want to break up. My character has to stop the kissing. And I was like, and I'm nervous, and I pull her away from me, and I say, I forgot what I was supposed to say, and I was like, Beth, we need to talk. And finally I relaxed, we got into it, we started talking, we got through the scene. At the break, I thought, okay, this is the easiest date I'm ever gonna get. We've already jumped 2 things, we're 3 dates down already, we're making out. I will just ask her to lunch. It's easy. I go up to her and I say, hey, thought the scene went pretty well. She said, it was a little rough to begin with. And, yeah, sorry about that. But I didn't know what the tapping was, but I got it. And I said, you want to go out for lunch sometime? And she looked at me like I was a lost puppy and went, oh, no. No. I would have bet any amount of money she liked me. I would have bet anything. She was into me. She was kissing me in passion. She didn't. She was acting. I don't know what happened to Meryl Streep, but So you see what happens is that I was blown away. First of all, my job, my responsibility in this class was to make out with this pretty girl. Oh my God. Where that never happened in the police science courses, I can tell you that for sure. Never happened. So that was one thing that was spinning my young head. The second thing was, I thought she loved me. She didn't. She was acting. So that was the other thing. I'm like, oh my God, how could I be so wrong? Oh my God, I just witnessed something so powerful. I have to sit down because I don't know what to do. And that was the end of my police work. Just that because girls. So I wish it was something lofty and, professor, well, yes, I saw the need to create art on a certain level. No. Girls is the answer. Girls was the answer.